Bharti, just a minute. Okay. Yes, Bharti, hi.
Can you hear me, Khushbu, properly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, just a second. Can you see my screen also?
Yes.
Okay. So before we proceed, I would like to know about you, like what
Yeah,
exactly.
can you please speak a bit loud? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think if, yeah, your voice is little
Now,
low.
now can you hear me
Yeah, better.
better? Okay.
Yeah.
So just tell me about yourself, like what exactly you do, why you need to do this course. Okay. Like if there is any specific project requirement, then you can share that with me so that accordingly we can customize the course for you.
Yeah, sure. So, Bharti, I am actually working with a fintech organization right now, and I am heading the HR business partner function for sales vertical. Why I actually thought of going ahead with people analytics course, let's say, or to understand how to do analytics is because now when I have reached this level, I there are couple of reports that I have to generate for better analysis purpose, which starts with the headcount report, then the attrition reports, then what is the cost per hire which has been incurred for every resource that we are taking, what is the training cost that has come up, what is the impact that has come out of it. So all these kind of analytics comes into the picture. That is how I thought of undergoing this particular course, to understand how to do it better. Because as of now what we are doing is, because as of now we do, like, let's say I'm doing it with the help of Excel, by entering the data and all of that, and it is a little tedious exercise to do.
Mhm.
So I wanted to use this tool or understand this tool so that analytics could be done better and I could make better decisions also.
Okay, so are you guys using the paid Power BI account in your organization, Khushbu?
I'm sorry.
Are you using the paid account of Power BI? Do you have that
No,
account,
no, we are not using any of it.
any of it? So if you need to share your report with Power BI, you would be needing a paid account. So how will you do it practically in your organization?
I don't think that is a choice right now then with me.
Okay, so like then we will be using a free account. Okay, and I will tell you what is the difference between free and paid, so that whenever required you can buy one.
Sure.
Okay, and how much experience you have?
I come with 11 years of experience.
Okay. And secondly, do you have your any data which you would be practicing on simultaneously, like whatever I would be teaching?
Yeah, I have headcount sales report data. I have attrition data with me.
Okay.
Though attrition data is not of last 4 5 years,
Hmm.
it is, you can say, for last couple of months only. I don't think it would give me the exact representation
Mhm.
of facts and so,
That's okay.
but
So
that is
whenever,
what I have.
okay, so that whenever we would be doing anything in the session, you can practice at your data as well at the and with the data I would be providing. Totally your choice how you want to proceed. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So my screen visible, Kushbu?
Yes.
So we will be talking about some concepts and I will give you some material also to study at home today. Then we will be starting with the practical part from the next class. And I will also tell you the end of the session how to install Power BI and what other requirements are. Okay.
Sure.
So this is called people analytics. You can call it HR analytics also. It is known with multiple names. Okay, I will be telling you multiple names like talent analytics, people analytics, HR analytics. It has multiple names, but the concepts is same. Okay, learn to use employees data to make better decisions about them. So basically this is the only aim of doing this course. Like earlier people used to, HR used to make the decisions on the basis of gut feeling. There was no analysis in HR department, right? Yeah, Khushbu.
Yeah, Bharti.
But nowadays, like we have started analysis in all the departments, right? So basically what is people analytics? People analytics is the process of collecting and analyzing employees data in order to improve an organization's workforce performance. So if you talk about the multiple aims we have with HR analytics is to take data-driven decisions about employees. What is the other benefit? The other benefit is your workforce performance will improve. Correct? Right? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so this is also called workforce analytics or talent analytics. It is of two types. If we talk about it broadly, descriptive analytics and predictive analytics. If we talk about descriptive analytics, it talks about what is happening, what happened. It means we are talking about past, we are talking about present, right? When we talk about predictive analytics, it is about what will happen. So we are talking about future. What is the meaning? The meaning is that we can forecast future as well. Like you told me, Bharti, I have attrition data for a couple of months, but we can forecast the attrition for the coming months on the basis of that data. Got it? Yeah.
Yes, Bharti.
Yeah. How does people analytics work? We need to have some data. So we have to collect the data, and we have to collect the data which is measurable. Like for example, I am collecting the data that there is one employee Bharti who is a female, there is another employee Khushbu who is a female. This is not data. This is not data which is measurable. But if we say like we have 1,000 employees, out of which 600 are male, 400 are female, that is something we have measured and we can show through visuals, through charts. Got it? So data should be measurable. If I say my attrition rate in 2017 increased as compared to 2016, it will not make any sense. But if I say in 2016 I had the attrition of 10%, in 2017 I had the attrition of 15%, then this is something we can measure, we can analyze, and then we can take the decisions on the basis of this data, right? So this is the
Mhm.
meaning of step number 2. Now step 3 is we need to analyze that data, and in the 4 we can create visuals, and then we can decide what steps we need to take on the basis of this analysis or this insight. Fine. So these are the 4 broad steps we need to take here. So HR verticals where people analytics can be used. HR department is very wide. People think that we can use this only on the ratings of employees, or probably male female ratio, or probably on attrition rate. No, you can use HR analytics on any vertical of HR, be it talent acquisition, training and induction, performance review, compensation, rewards, benefits, retention, or anything. Got it? So you
Yeah.
can use it on any vertical. Now you told me that you are into sales vertical of HR. So what all kind of data you get from there?
So mostly, hello,
Yeah,
you're asking me, right? Yeah. So mostly data in terms of recruitment cost. What is the hiring
yes, yes,
percent
got it.
that has been done through various types of sourcing methods.
Mhm.
Then cost per hire of the resource. Then I get attrition data as I mentioned. Then PIP data I receive. PIP is basically performance improvement plan of sales verticals who have been
Got it.
yeah, who are exiting the system also. That is one thing I get on an average. Yeah, so these things, these kind of data I usually work upon.
I got it. Okay. So basically, for example, in some of the organization, people analytics department has not been set, right? If you will read the history of HR analytics, I will be giving you a tutorial on this towards the end of the session. And you will get to know that this concept is not new in the market. This is in the market since 2013, but many organizations have not implemented this. Okay. There are few organizations like Google has proper department for people analytics. Infosys has, Pepsi has, because Indira Nui got it incorporated into the company. But if you talk about other companies, good brands, they have not incorporated HR analytics. Not in fact in the HR stream of various MBA colleges, people are still not giving this education to the students. Correct? So whenever you need to set this particular department in your organization, what is the requirement? Like you told me that you would be doing it first time in your organization, right?
Yes, Karthik.
So there would be some requirements you need to fulfill before implementing this. What are those requirements? So you need to have centralized database. First of all, like for example, your company has multiple offices in multiple cities and they all are maintaining their data set separately. It is not centralized. You need to have a centralized database. If you do not have centralized database, then you need to collect the data from all the centers and combine into single file. What the point? Okay. Then there should be a place where you can publish your HR dashboard. I will show it to you how, what kind of dashboard we would be creating. Then you can decide like how to publish it. You should have some analytical capabilities. Like if we go by the HR syllabus of MBA colleges, they never teach analytics as such, and it is always considered as a theoretical subject. And HR plus calculations, this is a rare combination. I have seen various HR who are good with HR practices and guidelines and everything, but they are not good with calculations. Like for example, you need to calculate the recruitment cost or recruitment cost per hire and all that. For that, you need to have that understanding, like what would be the formula, correct? Technicalities I will cover, like where you need to click on in Power BI, how to go, where to write the formulas, but you have to make your knowledge strong on that part, like how to calculate that.
Bharti, I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you please speak a bit loud? I can hardly hear you.
Okay, no, it's not audible. Let me change my broadband connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a second. Yeah, sure. Can you check now, Khushbu? Is it better? Yeah. Is my voice better, Khushbu? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, Bharti, hi. I can hear you, but I'm having difficulty hearing you after some time. Like your voice is very low.
I got it. Can you hear me now? I have switched my broadband connection as well.
Yeah, but are you speaking somewhere far from, sitting far from your laptop?
No. I'm sitting only in front of the laptop. It's in my lap only. And I'm wearing the mic also.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's fine, but somehow the pitch is very low.
Very low. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I'm talking about the analytical capabilities. Now, I will be giving you some metrics list in PDF. So just go through that. It would be having all the formulas, like how to calculate this, how to calculate that. Okay. Okay, because we get mixed students. Some people are already good. Some people needs to brush up their mathematical concepts. So I will be giving you a PDF for that. Fair enough?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Put HR analytics into a practice. So some organizations think that, it's a one-time effort. We would be doing it once in a year. That is not the case. If you are starting HR analytics in your company, it has to be regular, because you would be getting data like weekly or fortnightly or monthly from all the departments, and you have to keep it, you should be on your toes to analyze this data regularly, right? So it should be a practice. Drive continuous improvement. So, and whatever data you are analyzing, you are getting the insight, you have to implement the solution also, so that whenever you are analyzing the data in the next cycle, you can see the improvement. What the point?
Right.
So you have to follow it as a cycle, right?
Right.
Yeah. So when we talk about HR data, what kind of HR data we can have? We can have human resource information system data. So there are three categories of data we can have. Other HR data, business data. So business data is related to performance management, compensation, benefit, and these are the categories. Other HR data, we are talking about the demographic, job architecture, talent development, travel, well-being. If I talk about HRIS data, recruitment, learning management, succession planning, learning, employee survey data. So these are the subcategories we have. Although it does not make any difference, but you should be aware of this. Okay. So what is HR metrics? HR metrics is what you are calculating out of the data. Got it? Yeah, like for example,
Yeah.
I am giving you an Excel sheet with some data. Now you are responsible to find out what all you can calculate out of this. Got the point? Right?
Yeah.
For example, I'm giving you an Excel sheet where you have employee ID, their name, okay, their monthly salary, and their last review date. Now tell me what all you can calculate out of this.
Sorry, come again, please.
I'm saying I'm giving you an Excel sheet where you have employee ID, employee name, their gender, their monthly salary. That's it. 4 columns. What all you can calculate out of this? Tell me.
Demographic wise, what is the average salary?
Right. What else? You can take the head count.
Yeah, head count.
You can take the male female ratio.
Yes, demographic would be covered, no? So in
That's
that.
it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes what happens, we have the data in hand, but we are not aware what all we can conclude out of this. So I would be giving you a list of HR metrics where you can check point by point what all you can calculate from this data. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Yeah. So one by one, like you would be going like, oh, head count. Okay, can I take the head count from this data? Go ahead, calculate this. Demographics, go ahead. Time to hire. If we do not have the related information or required information, we cannot calculate that. You can skip this, you can move. So there is a checklist for that. I would be sharing that also. Okay. So after the
Okay.
session, whatever I'm telling you, I would be sharing sharing everything immediately. You need to go through this before our next class. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so what is the definition of HR metrics? To determine the efficiency and impact of the workforce, including the HR department. So these are the points. Okay. When we talk about data analysis and visualization, then we have few options. Like we can analyze the data in Excel also, we can analyze the data in Power BI also, in Tableau also, right? Totally our choice how we want to proceed. We can do the same analysis in any of the tools. Technically, all the 3 tools are strong. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're learning this with me in Power BI, but for example, you change your company and your another company is doing the same in Excel, you should be capable enough to do the same analysis in Excel also.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So in HR analytics, I think 50% calculation is statistics. Always. Okay. So why we are introducing you to statistics? Just to give you a concept building part for 10 minutes. The practice and science of collecting and analyzing numerical data in large quantity. This is statistics, right? Don't you think we are using the same thing in HR also? And probably we will be using some statistical concepts also. So whenever we are doing HR analytics, 50% is stats, which we used to do in 12th class and all that. So statistics usage in people analytics. What is the use of stats in HR analytics? To understand, capture and predict the randomness. This is very important. Sometimes what happens, Khushbu, like for example, we analyze the data for Jan, okay, and we got to know out of 30, 10 people resigned, right?
Okay.
So you were very scared. What is happening? 1/3 of the organization is left. So you would be very, very careful for Feb, March, that if this would be the trend, you have to hire more people and you have to introduce more on the job training and so on. Your cost of hiring the employees will increase, correct?
Right.
But in Fab, it was normal. No one left, or 2 to 3 people left. So you have to understand, you have to write down in your report that that was randomness. That is not a trend. Got it?
Right.
So all these things which you need to identify, understand, and analyze, this is very important. Like every time you cannot go by the data. So this is the concept of stats, randomness. Sometimes things are random. Like under the same manager, I am performing well, you are not performing well. I feel my manager is good, but you say I don't like him. It happens.
Right.
So that is randomness. So you should be able to figure out those cases as well, right?
Okay.
Another example, like you have done MBA in finance, I have done MBA in finance, but I'm not performing good in this department, right? But you are doing well. If you take a call as a manager, okay, just fire her. She's not performing well. Khushbu has done the same course from the same college. She's performing well. This is not correct. Sometimes what happens, every human being is different. So whenever we are introducing analysis in HR department, we have to keep that point separate, that every human being is different. So probably she can work fine or she can work well in another department. Change the department instead of fire her. Got it? And you must have seen such calls. practically also in your organization, as you have 11 years of experience, so you must have seen this. Okay, so
Mm.
you know, uh, you can do as much analysis as you want in HR, but you have to keep these things also somewhere in your mind. Totally do not go by the chart or visuals or trend. What the point? What I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
There
Right.
is
Right.
always a space for that, because we have two things, IQ and EQ, right? So EQ
Right.
has very big space when we are talking about HR analytics. People forget it. I have seen people practically, like I'm working as consultant in various organizations. So totally on the basis of what a chart is saying, what a trend analysis is saying, I have seen managers firing people without any reason. You need to pay equal attention to that factor that we all are different. Correct?
Right.
So always keep that factor in mind if you want to be a good HR, analytics manager. Always. Okay. Bring data-driven decisions making rather than based upon the gut feeling. Now you will be thinking that this first and second points are contradictory. Are you getting that point?
Yes.
Yeah. But you have to make some percent of EQ. But yes, if a chart is saying this employee is not performing well from last 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, of course you cannot give any leeway, because at the end of the day you are paying him salary and you are not getting anything on the table out of that salary, then you have to fire that person. What the
Correct.
point?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
balance you have to maintain. Khushbu, during the training, I cannot teach you that part, right?
Right.
Yeah. So reveal hidden aspects. Nowadays, you will get to know that. Have you heard that we have quarterly reports or annual reports when we are talking about HR analysis? No. Can we really wait for 6 months or 4 months or a year for analyzing human data? No,
No.
right? So these days we have weekly reports or daily reports. So Power BI is such a powerful tool that if you are creating a report once, like for example for quarter 1, and next time, like you created a report on April 7 for the first quarter, Jan, Feb, and March, and you are telling me, Bharti, I want to create another report on April 15. How much time it will take in Power BI? My reply would be 2 minutes.
Okay.
I will show you once you are creating a report, how you can create another report just in 2 minutes. I will tell that part. So if it is just taking 2 minutes, can't you make a report on daily basis? Why to wait for a week also? Like 2 minutes is
Right.
nothing,
Right.
right? Why this
Right.
is necessary these days? Because we need to be more real time. If some issue is happening in the company morning and you get to know it about it in the evening, this is very good for you. Next day you can correct it, right? So
Right. Right.
this tool, when you are using Power BI for HR analytics, it is helping you to reveal hidden aspects. Sometimes things are visible, but sometimes things are hidden somewhere in the data, and you only get to know when you are analyzing it. So it is very helpful when we are talking about the hidden points in HR data. Got it? Like all these points have very deep meaning. You need to remember this, whatever I'm talking to you. Like,
Right. Sure.
identify the trends and patterns. I have seen one organization, like I'm talking about a real-time project I have done, where we could actually figure out, like in the coming six months, what all employees are going to resign. And whatever we analyzed, they actually came to resign. Can you
Okay.
imagine? So you can do that kind of analysis also. But your understanding on identifying the trend and pattern is very important. Okay. So we will cover
Okay.
one practical case on that part as well. Like we will try to figure out who is going to resign in the coming 3 months. Okay. I will do one practical case with you on that part as well. Okay. Better
Sure.
insights. Once we are analyzing the data, any data, be it HR or any data, of course, you will get better insights. Okay. So this is the use of stats where you have to keep a balance between EQ and IQ. And you need to maintain that EQ and IQ balance differently for a male and female as well, right? A girl joining after maternity leave, of course, will behave differently as compared to a man if he has returned from paternity leaves. Okay.
Right,
So
right.
whenever you are analyzing the data, you have to keep their personal life also into the consideration. Okay, what's wrong with her? What happened? Right? If she has,
Right.
like I'm telling you, very practical scene. When I got married, I joined my organization after 1 month leave. Like my schedule was totally different what was there before marriage, because I got something else also in my head. Okay. So whenever
Right.
you are analyzing HR data, taking any call, you want to make any decisions, always do your homework on their personal front as well. Like what is the major change happened to this person's life recently? He got divorced, he got married, or he got a baby, or what happened? His parents expired. What happened? That affects a lot. Okay. And that person is always called a good HR manager. Like you cannot be like that okay, your grandmother expired, what should I do? You cannot go for that kind of behavior in companies, right? Okay, so people analytics using Excel, we will not be doing this, we will go for this, right? Okay, and in the end, when we would be completing 4 hours, I would be giving you a capstone project. What all that would be? You can take any data. If you want to take your organization's real-time data, you can take that as well. If because of the confidentiality issues, you cannot take that, you can take some dummy data as well. Like you can change the name in your data, you can do whatever, any kind of manipulation. Then you need to analyze your data, show your findings to me through visuals. You need to design a report and share your project with me at this email ID. I would be assessing the same, will give you the feedback, and then you will get the certificate. We do not give any
Sure.
certificate without any project, because
Okay.
people going in the market saying that I have done this course from Edu4Sure and they do not know anything are actually goodwill dilutes. So it's a company rule. We will not be issuing any certificate without any project.
Sure.
Okay, so this is all, and we would be talking about some of the case studies so that you get some of the idea like how HR analytics has actually taken a good place in the market as of now. Okay, like people, whenever they are coming for HR analytics course, they are not aware where all it will benefit them. What is the use case, what all we can do. So I will give you like 5 to 6 ideas how you can use this course further. Okay. So these are
Okay.
real-time cases. So are you aware what Credit Suisse does? It's an investment bank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So analysts at this company were able to predict who might quit. The case I was talking about. Okay. They were also able to identify why these people might quit. This
Mm.
information was provided to managers so that they can reduce turnover risk factors and retain their people better. When you know who is going to quit, probably you will talk to them, you will try to figure out the reason. If he has a valid reason, like the problem is from the company side, you will try to fix them and retain your employees. Because if you need to hire more people after this resignation, it will increase your cost of hiring, right?
Right.
So it saves a lot of cost, like cost of hiring, cost of training. Then once the employee is getting settled on floor, when he's hitting the production, it takes a lot of time. So ideally, like first 3 months salary is nothing, but it's a kind of free salary you are giving to them because they are not bringing anything on table for you, right? In addition, special managers were trained to retain the high performing employees who had high flight risk. In total, this program saved this company approximately this much amount. So this is a real time case which has happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened with this company? Best Buy, what it does, it is a store, right? So a 0.1% increase in employee engagement resulted in an increase over this much amount of operating income per store. Can you imagine? So actually these people were feeling unwanted or demotivated because company was
Mm.
not getting them engaged with them. They were feeling unwanted. So if you can make one effort which make them feel that we are important for the company, you can see how what is the benefit, right?
Right.
So these are the tricks as an HR manager which you can apply if you know these tactics after doing this course. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, why I got this notification? The meeting will end in 10 minutes somehow. Okay, I will check. If the meeting ends, please join again. Okay. The significance of this relationship motivated Best Buy to make employee engagement surveys quarterly rather than annually. So earlier they used to do these surveys annually, but when they got to know the result, they started doing it quarterly. Got it? Why surveys are important? And only doing survey is not serving the purpose. You have to read their answers and you have to take the necessary steps as well. I have seen various companies, they are conducting surveys. That is the results, the replies, the answers are getting saved somewhere on Survey Monkey, but no one is doing anything out of it. Like what happened, how people responded, and all that. So it makes no use. Correct?
Right.
Right. This company experience employee attrition at experience was a problem. The company was facing levels of turnover that was 3 to 4% higher than they wanted it to be. So by building a predictive model that included 200 attributes, including a team size, structure, supervisor performance, and length of commute, they were able to predict the flight risk. What happened? Combined with good management practices, analysis resulted in a drop of attrition to 2 to 3% in 18 months. So do you know what is the standard industry rate for attrition? If you
8 to 9%.
8 to 9%, and the maximum is 10%. If more than 10% people are leaving your company in a year, it's a risk. It means there is some problem with your company. So if it is higher than 10, you have to take the steps. Got it? So this was the
Right.
problem with this company, and they did it well. Okay. FMCG retailer testing employees training effectiveness. Have you seen like organizations are actually organizing training programs for the employees, but now after that they're not taking any feedback like what you learned, how it was beneficial, next time what we can do better, right?
Right.
Where we were lacking, what you learned, or probably giving them projects on that training so that they can implement that, because if you are not doing any project on any training, you will forget about it. Then what is the use of that corporate training cost you are incurring? So FMCG retailer used people analytics to analyze the effects of training. The analyst found that a training shop personnel had a positive impact on the shop's financial performance. In the first year alone, the ROI of their training program was 400%, which is very high.
Right.
So
Right.
these are small things we never pay attention to when we are in the company as an HR. But if you are paying attention to this, you would be able to see the effect. This is important, right?
Right.
E-on tackling employee absence. This is very interesting. People analytics also help E-on tackle employee absence. Like for example, I'm taking a lot of leaves. What my manager will say, he will say, okay, she's taking so many unplanned leaves. Either he will change my team or probably will ask me to leave, right? But can there be any other side of this? Can you think of any other side, Kushbu, on this? Probably you are my manager and you are not approving my leaves. Every time I am applying for a leave, you are not approving. What will I do? I will take unplanned, right?
Yeah.
So that
Unplanned
is
leave. Right.
yes, that is another side. So
Right.
absenteeism is this German 43,000 plus energy company has risen above benchmark. What did increase absence was a lack of long holiday. So basically, manager was not approving the long holiday, while the companies are giving travel allowance, and where there is a policy that you need to take an off for 5 days, continuous 5 days, right? This is an employment laws, if you are aware, right? And you are not approving the leaves. Like people are not going to stop going outside with their spouses or families. They will take unplanned. So this insight was
Right.
communicated to the managers to improve holiday approval policies. So there are policies for the approval as well for the managers. So you really cannot fire anyone on this point. You have to check other side as well, right? So this was the
Right.
problem with E-on, but it was sorted, and the problem was at the other side. Cisco, this is very different and unique point. You cannot even imagine about it. Cisco has used demographic data to identify where they can boost up open new offices. Like this company wanted to open a new office and it was not able to decide which location to open a new office at. They use the demographic data of the employees. Like for example, they need people from Kerala, for example. Their qualification suits them, the weather of that city suits their business and everything. And earlier, these people used to come to, for example, Gurgaon, take PG, then they will need long holiday to meet their families back to twice a year and all that. What they did? And they're 70% of the workforce from South. So they opened their office in South itself. Now people are living in their homes as well. They do not need long holidays. They are happy because they are living in home, and there a lot of cost saved for the company as well, because their culture, their temperature, their weather, whatever, everything is suiting to their business. Got the point?
Right.
Right. So you can take the calls like this also. So there it has multiple uses. If you are doing this course, it has multiple uses. So you need to be that open-minded to think out of the box. I've seen various people doing this course, but their thought process is very limited, so they are not actually reaping the full benefits of the course. Got it?
Right.
So you have to go that out of the box and use the use cases, basically. I hope I could tell you what exactly my expectations are from you.
Yeah, sure. I understand.
Okay, so this is another one. Have you seen, like, we are going for the interview process in the companies, and we have the same disapita aptitude test for each and every position, be it in IT, finance, or anywhere. Have you seen this? A lot of
Yes,
companies are
yes.
doing this. Okay, somebody
Yeah,
has
correct.
come for the process, and the HR is not free. The team head is not free. Okay, वो aptitude देके बिठा दो उसको भी, right? But do you think what
Right,
kind of
assessment test.
yes? So do you think what is the kind of harm you face out of this? Like if a candidate is there who's not getting a good job, who is from very good city or very cunning or I would say smart, he will probably appear for the test, give the interview, he will get selected, he will join, right?
Right.
But if the smart people are there, they will get to know that okay, what is the relevancy of my job profile with this aptitude? Number one.
Yeah, they would understand that we are wasting their time. Actually, we are
Yes, wasting our
just to
time.
pass on time. We are giving them.
Second, they will give their 1.5 hour or 2 hours for the aptitude. There would be a lot of waiting time in the interview. Also, the process will remain the same, and probably after going home, they're smart enough to decide, okay, leave this, right?
Right.
So the
Right.
same thing happened with this company. Most leading employers rely on very similar assessment tests in their recruitment process. This leads to disengagement among candidates and high dropout rates. You selected 10 people, you gave them joining date. On the joining date, you do not have even a single candidate outside your office to join. All the cost has gone, right?
Right.
Yeah. You wasted your time, you wasted their time, and you wasted your cost. Rolls-Royce enlisted Aon to help them reduce their dropout rate because the dropout rate was very high by implementing a much shorter, more engaging assessment that reliably identifies the most talented and high potential candidate. And there is another loss. If the candidate is joining also, you have not tested their true capabilities, which were required for that profile, right?
Right.
Yeah, with this improved and refreshing experience, Rolls-Royce managed to increase the registration for their online test from 74% to 96%. Overall, 98% of the applicants that registered for the online test completed all of them. Otherwise, you know what? Half of the people are leaving the aptitude test in between and leaving the process also. I have seen this also. They got irritated, they left. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So the meeting is going to end somehow. I will check the Zoom account later on. Probably the payment is pending or I logged in with the wrong credentials. So please join again. Then I will tell you what all you need to study at home. And then we will move to the next class. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm showing you few things which you need to do at home. Then we will schedule the next class. Okay. So this is our website, edu4sure.com, where you will be getting a blog section. Let it open. Just a second. This one. And in this, when you will search HR analytics, you will get all the relevant tutorials. So we have made them public. So this is the one I want you to read. HR analytics, history and growth. My screen visible, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you need to read about this. So we have talked about like how this concept came into the market, okay, how it helps, and this concept actually started getting in the market in 1978. Can you imagine? Like 44 years back. Okay, so you need to go through this so that you have the idea on the background. This is a list of the companies who have adopted this concept: Google,
Okay.
IBM, Microsoft, Mindtree, Panacra, Wipro. Okay, and then what is the future? You need to read about this. Number one. Then I would be sending you can you see this?
Yes, 51 most
Access. No, I will be sending you 101. We have upgraded this. Earlier we used to give 51. Now we are giving 101 metrics. Okay. So these are the things you can calculate. Internal mobility rate. What do you understand by mobility rate? Like I'm changing your department.
Internal transfer.
Yes. So there is a cost involved. There is a rate. Like in a year, you are shifting 8 people out of 10. You need to calculate that as well. Okay. Like 8 divided by 10 into 100. Got the point?
Right.
Okay, so this is the list of factors you can calculate in HR department. So I have written the name, what all you can calculate and how to calculate. This is the formula list. This is mainly for the people who are not very good with this. Okay, because we get mixed students. So you can go through this once. I would be sending it to you. This is very important. So go through this, and then this is the data I would be using. So this is the data for IBM, okay, where I have changed the name of the employee. So we have name, age, gender, marital status, education field, education job level, job role. And because we have these things in number, what is the meaning of these 2, 1, 3, 4? So we have some data dictionary. Can you see this tab?
Yes,
So
yes.
in this data dictionary, we have all the details, like what is the meaning of 1, 2, 3, 4 and all that. Okay. We have this data. What you do for a good analysis and easy analysis, you can categorize your data and you can color them with different colors. Like for example, this is the feedback from the employees side, how satisfied they are on the basis of environment, how they are able to maintain their work-life balance, what is the job satisfaction, and this is the feedback by the manager of these employees, how involved he is in the job, what is the performance rating, what is the kind of relationship he is having with the teams, right? So you can categorize your data. If you can categorize, it becomes easy to understand and analyze the data, right, Pushpu?
Right.
Okay. Then we have the attrition rate data with us. So I would be telling you how to forecast the attrition rate so that you are mentally prepared that what kind of recruitment you have to do in your future. Okay.
Okay.
Then these are the kind of analysis which are important in the industry, and we are talking about HR department. I will be giving you a list of this as well, and we will be doing all these things practically in the session as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If I'm not aware what kind of calculations you are interested in, so if there are some calculations you want to learn, we have a separate course on this. I'm not aware if customer care team has told you about this or not. So let me complete Power BI first, then I will give you one example of this. If you think that is very, very beneficial for you and you need this, I think we can plan one more session on this.
Okay.
Normally people coming to us for HR analytics, they are not going for this somehow. I don't know why, but if you take my opinion, like I'm working as a consultant with various MNCs, this is like mandatory as per me. This is very interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is important. And second, you need to go to Google, just type Power BI download. You can do it at home, watching recording. I'm just guiding you. When you will come to this link, can you see this option, advanced download options?
Yes.
Click on this. It will give you this option of download. Click on this download. Now you can see two options, right? So do you know how to check like how many bit your system is, 64 or 32?
No, I'll have to check.
You have to check. So what you do, you must have a folder in your computer, like or laptop, this
Yeah,
PC or
please.
my computer, right?
Yes, yes.
Right click on this and click on properties. When you will go to properties, it will tell you the bit of your system. Like, can you see 64
Mm.
bit?
Yes, 64, right?
Okay. So if it is 64, you need to tick this first one where it is written 64. If it is not
Okay.
64, you need to tick on another one. Okay. As soon as
Yeah.
you will tick on any of them, this next option will become available. It was not available earlier.
Okay.
Click on
Okay.
next. It will download one exe file on your PC. Exe file. Okay.
Okay.
Double click on that file. It will install Power BI.
Okay.
So you need to install that before next class. Another thing you need to do is just go to Power BI website. And here, can you see this option, try free?
Try free. Yes.
Click on this. Just a second, let it come. It will bring you to this page. And do you have any work email address? Like the company you are working in, you must be having
Yes,
an
yes.
email ID. So using
I
that
have.
email ID, you need to create an account here. Why that email
Okay.
ID? Because it does not support that Gmail, Rediff, Yahoo and all that.
Okay.
Okay, it is not giving me that page because I already have an account, but you will get that page.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so create this account. So this is all you need to do before your next lecture.
Okay.
Okay, within 10-15 minutes, you will get the recording of this session. You will get that 101 matrix list. Okay, and you will get this link of blog. Go through everything. I hope you like the content.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, how was the session?
Yeah, it was good actually. Lot of things.
To do at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to add here, Kushbu?
Sorry, Bharti. I didn't get your last line.
Yeah, I'm saying anything else you would like to add? Any feedback? Any other concern?
No, no, no.
All good?
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so you will get everything within 10-15 minutes. And then also tell me, when are you planning your next session so that I can book my
Yes,
calendar?
yes. Sure, sure. So I'll just go through the study material which you are telling me to go through, and then let me come back. So maybe
Yeah, sure.
give me a day's time or so. By tomorrow, day after, I'll just
Yeah.
go over it.
Yeah, so just let me know about your next session one day prior to the schedule, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So that we can plan, okay?
Sure.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Thanks. Bye.